headlines for this hour on VTV News. Prime Minister urges enhanced business environment and national competitiveness. Standard Chartered Bank forecasts Vietnam GDP growth to reach 6.7% in 2024. In inner war news, challenges in Japan's rescue work due to heavy snowfall.
Broadcasting from Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam. VTV News starts right now.
Hello, it's 3 p.m. local time in Hanoi, and you're watching VTV News. On Tuesday morning, State President Võ Văn Thưởng appointed 18 ambassadors and assigned tasks to the ambassadors and heads of Vietnamese representative agencies abroad for the 2024-2027 term. Upon receiving the decision from State President Võ Văn Thưởng, the ambassadors and heads of representative agencies expressed their honors and strong sense of responsibility. They are committed to representing Vietnam with a high image, positions, and prestige in the international arena. Their main goal is to carry out their tasks and make every effort to seek opportunities and measures to promote cooperative relations between Vietnam and other countries and partners. The State President hopes that the ambassadors will diligently follow the instructions of General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng given at the recent 32nd Diplomatic Conference. By doing so, they can contribute to pioneering new directions and continue to consolidate a peaceful environment to promote the country's development. Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính has recently signed and issued Resolution number 02 of the government, which outlined key tasks and solutions to improve the business environment and enhance national competitiveness in the 2024. The government emphasizes that ministries, central agencies, and locality must prioritize the reform and improvement of business environment. They should make genuine efforts to address difficulties and remove obstacles in legal institutions and enforcement for businesses. The government also requires that ministries, branches, and localities develop and publish programs, action plans, and specific documents to implement this resolution before January 20th. Additionally, they should engage in regular dialogue with people and businesses to promptly gather feedback on policies and address difficulties and problems. It is also important to review and adjust inspections and examination plans to prevent duplications or overlap and avoid hindering or causing difficulties for business operations. On Tuesday morning, the National Assembly Standing Committee, chaired by National Assembly Chairman Vương Đình Huệ, discussed and provided feedback on the explanations and revisions of the amended draft land law. Members of the National Assembly Standing Committee commend the drafting agencies and verification agencies for their efforts in studying and incorporating the opinions of National Assembly deputies and the public. The committee suggested that the economic committees collaborate closely with the Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment, as well as other agencies of the National Assembly and relevant entities, to further review and ensure comprehensive and convincing explanations of the National Assembly opinions in the future. Standard Chartered Bank forecasts that Vietnam GDP growth in 2024 will reach 6.7%. In the recently published global research report on Vietnam titled Vietnam Stronger but Not Easier, the bank's experts state that the medium-term economic prospects remain promising. Retail sales and industrial productions have remained strong, and import and export are starting to recover. However, e-commerce has not yet shown clear signs of recovery. With concerns about the returns of inflation, Standard Chartered Bank predicts that monetary easing may soon come to an end as Vietnam's economy is on the path to recovery. To sustain growth, Vietnam needs to focus on developing infrastructures and reducing carbon emissions. In 2023, Bắc Giang province attracted over $3 billion, contributing to an impressive growth to regional domestic product (GRDP) growth rate of nearly 13.5%, proactively investing in the constructions of transport and industrial infrastructure is key to stimulating the province's economic development.
In the same year, the company operated a silicon sheet factory and began construction on another factory with double the capacity. The total investment capital for this new factory was nearly $480 million.
Bắc Giang Province has set long-term development orientations such as planning industrial zones. We will also complete the construction of factories and research areas as well as soon operate the production line according to the global supply chain.
More than half of the foreign direct investment, FDI, capital attracted to Bắc Giang Province comes from capital increase adjustment projects. Existing investors in the province have committed to long-term investment by adding more capital, especially during an expectedly difficult year.
The locality provides optimal conditions, allowing investors to have a site for early implementation upon registration. The registered capital is disbursed according to a predetermined roadmap.
Over the past 3 years, more than $1 million of public investment capital has been allocated to socio-economic infrastructure projects in the province. This investment has resulted in infrastructure synchronization, which has become a driving force for the province's resilience.
Bắc Giang Province aims to develop an industrial ecosystem model. The province will have a sustainable industrial ecosystem for investors to trust and expand their production and business activities.
Bắc Giang, originally an agricultural province, has achieved the highest GRDP growth nationwide after 20 years. This remarkable achievement is even more significant considering the challenges faced during a difficult year, showcasing the province's ability to attract high-quality investment capital.
Agriculture products exported through the Kim Thành Border Gate in Lào Cai province are expected to reach nearly $550 million in 2023, which is twice the amount compared to the previous year. Among these products, fruit have the highest import-export turnover, surpassing other traditional agricultural product groups by a large margin. Durians alone accounts for almost half of the total agricultural export turnover. Other key agriculture products such as dragon fruit and lychees are also being strongly exported through the Kim Thành Border Gate. Currently, efforts are being made in Lào Cai to improve infrastructure and increase custom clearance capacity. The goal for this year is to achieve an import-export turnover of $4.5 billion through the province border gates. Ongoing tensions in the Red Sea has raised freight rates and increased the likelihood of delays. The Ministry of Industry and Trade has urged Vietnamese exporters and industries to develop contingency plans for import-export activities in order to safeguard the supply chain.
According to the Ministry of Industry and Trade, the tension in the Red Sea has forced many ships to reroute. As a result, shipping time is expected to be extended by 7 to 14 days, leading to additional costs of $1,000 to $2,000 for containers bound for Europe. Industries such as textiles, footwear, and furniture may experience significant impacts. In response, the ministry has urged Vietnamese exporters to prepare contingency plans.
We must estimate the impact on the delivery of goods and logistics activities so that suitable plans can be implemented.
The Vietnam Logistics Service Business Association also recommended exploring alternative transportation methods, such as rail transport.
We assist businesses in updating and providing support in the supply chain during this period. Exporters should include compensation clauses and exemptions of responsibility in cases of emergencies. Meanwhile, insurance policies should also be obtained.
Experts also recommend that export businesses diversify their raw material suppliers to avoid interruptions in the production process, which can affect delivery schedules.
As state holiday approaches, many workers are anxious about their state bonuses, especially considering the challenges of 2023. This year, many workers are actively taking an extra shift to increase their income. A report from Vân Trung Industrial Park, Việt Yên District, Bắc Giang Province.
Tuấn, who is originally from Tuyên Quang, relocated to Bắc Giang to work at an FDI electronics components company. He lives in the company dormitory without paying rent. As state is approaching, Tuấn finds joy in working overtime as it provides extra income for his family.
The company's increased workload demands more overtime, which result in an improvement in our income. This allows us to support our parents and provide stylish clothing for our children.
Everyone looks forward to the Tết bonus and the 13-month salary.
After a year of dedicated work, every worker eagerly anticipates the results. Despite facing challenges in 2023, the company achieved overall growth, resulting in improved benefits for its employees.
Luxshare ICT is arranging transport for thousands of workers to return home for Tết and will introduce new benefits and bonuses in 2024.
In 2024, workers in Bắc Giang received an average Tết bonus of approximately $30 per person. The highest bonus, around $6,000, was granted by foreign invested enterprises, while the lowest bonus was $5 per person.
The Provincial Labor Union will organize festive Tết events, in addition to setting up free stalls. Moreover, we will distribute 8,000 gifts, each valued at over $20 to workers who are facing difficult circumstances.
311 businesses have plans to reward Tết bonuses to nearly 179,000 employees.
Before moving on to some other news, let's take a look at foreign exchange rate for today, January 9th. Coming up next on VTV News, weapons for livestock program transform Highlands' livelihoods. And Hanoi promotes educational exchanges. South Korea will resume accepting Vietnamese laborers from 4 provinces, including Hà Tĩnh, Hải Dương, Thanh Hóa, and Nghệ An. The worker whose recruitment was temporarily suspended will be able to participate in the first labor selection exam to go to South Korea in 2024 under the EPS program, except for the 2 sectors of agriculture and fishery. South Korea needs to recruit 15,400 people to work in 5 domains in 2024. However, the laborers whose relatives are residing illegally in South Korea will not be able to participate in this program. Hòa Bình is a province home to a large number of ethnic groups, accounting for more than 74% of the populations. In recent years, the life of people in the Hòa Bình Highlands have continuously improved. Many households have escaped poverty and led a stable life thanks to economic and tourism development. Transportation, health, education infrastructures has been upgraded and become more spacious. This has also contributed to reducing the development gap between ethnic groups and other regions in the province. More to follow.
Hang Kia and Pa Co are 2 mountainous communes of Mai Châu district, Hòa Bình province. This was once a hotspot for drug smuggling, but over the years, the Hmong people here have gradually risen out of poverty, thanks to the policies supporting socio-economic development.
My family has been providing tourism services since 2010. For the Hmong people, they still maintain their ethnic tradition methodically. I personally hope that more people will come here, share the story of Hang Kia, and create jobs for the locals.
Ensuring educational and health support for ethnic groups are also 2 focal points of the province's policies. Currently, the province has 13 ethnic boarding schools with more than 3,800 students enrolled. 92% of the people have health insurance.
The school carefully applies all regulations stated in the interministerial circular of the Ministry of Education and Ministry of Finance No. 109 of 2009 for all students. Many children in difficult circumstances have better learning conditions due to the policies. They have also won excellency awards and passed university entrance exams thanks to these learning conditions.
After a period of implementation, many of the province's investment policies have been effective, creating motivation for the development of mountainous area.
We continue to advise and submit to competent authorities to allocate resources to the right subjects and beneficiaries. The socio-economic situation in the province has basically improved.
In 2024, Hòa Bình Province aims to effectively implement policies to support the poor, improve human resources quality, and train officials for particularly difficult areas of the province. This aims to strengthen national unity, stabilize the political security situation, social order, and safety.
Recently, many residents living in Highlands area have voluntarily surrendered a significant number of weapons and explosives to the police force. In return, they will receive livestock and poultry breeds. This program not only supports local livelihoods but has also been well received by the community. Let's learn more about this story in Quảng Nam Province.
Many education programs have helped raise awareness among residents of mountainous areas about the dangers associated with homemade weapons. However, the practice of using guns to hunt wild animals remains deeply ingrained in the region, as it is seen as a means of livelihood. To change people's mindset and improve their income, the police force has taken proactive measures to support locals in transitioning from hunting to livestock farming. Specifically, individuals who surrender their weapons will be provided with animal breeds, such as Siamese ducks, grass pig, and wild boars from the district's resources. As a result, in just one day, residents of Bali Commune voluntarily turned into 33 homemade guns.
The exchange program has started to raise people's awareness and sense of responsibility about the importance of complying with the law on the management and use of weapons and explosives. The locals have also become aware that shifting their livelihoods from hunting to farming and raising livestock can help them stabilize their lives.
The Tây Giang District Police will extend the implementation of the program to 63 villages across 10 communes. This initiative aims to transform people's awareness and behaviors regarding the illegal storage and use of homemade guns, ultimately reducing the potential risks associated with weapons and explosives in the community.
In the buffer zone of Hoàng Liên National Park, many ethnic households in Bản Hồ Commune, Sapa Town, Lào Cai Province used to cultivate cassava. However, this crop provided low income, resulting in many difficulties for the local residents. Fortunately, with the assistance of planting techniques provided by National Park, several programs aimed at transitioning from cassava to high-value crops such as cinnamon and baby chrysanthemum have yielded positive results and improved people's income.
This family used 2,000 square meters of land adjacent to the national park for their first crop of baby chrysanthemums. The crop has generated a significant income for the family.
We received support from the National Park to plant this kind of flower. Although we had no experience in the first year, we are very happy to see the plants growing well.
Cultivating rice yields low productivity, whereas cassava is primarily grown for livestock. On the other hand, baby chrysanthemums are easy to cultivate and offer good income opportunities. The program aims to progressively enhance people's livelihoods. Over the years, Hoàng Liên National Park has conducted research and selected economically valuable trees for cultivation in unused and arid areas.
Cultivating rice and cassava resulted in low income, so my family decided to switch to growing cinnamon to improve our earnings.
We have set our goals to improve people's livelihoods, create more jobs, and increase income for the locals, which in turn will reduce pressure on the forest. This is one of the sustainable solutions.
Bản Hồ is located in the buffer zone of Hoàng Liên National Park, which faces significant pressure on its forests. Improving the livelihoods of people in the buffer zone is crucial for protecting the forests. Cinnamon, a perennial tree, offers good economic value, while baby chrysanthemum, a short-term plant, can provide high-income goods.
On Monday, a group of South Korean students arrived to study at 3 schools in Hanoi. Students from the two countries will have more opportunities to bond and expand their understanding of each other. More to follow.
This group of Hanoi students had previously gone to South Korea to study and stay with these friends. Now they welcome their friends to their school. Calligraphy for the new year is one of the many Vietnamese cultural features that South Korean students can experience during their 10 days of study at Viet Đức High School. The Vietnamese students are all excited to introduce this traditional art form to their South Korean friends.
Next year, she will take the university entrance exams, so I gave her this word to wish her well.
In South Korea, getting into university is very difficult. When I received this calligraphy from her, I felt like I was given more faith and luck to enter my dream school.
Hanoi is currently organizing student exchanges with 5 countries. Participating in these exchange programs, students can organize events themselves.
We have signed memorandums of understanding with the UK, Australia, Singapore, Japan, and South Korea. Organizing exchange programs with countries with advanced education is a form of cultural exchange, creating an environment for students to express themselves.
The South Korean students joined their Vietnamese friends in a tò he making workshop. Activities like this nurture their relationship, helping teachers and students gain insights into Vietnamese and South Korean cultural traditions.
Coming up next in our World News, challenges in Japan's rescue work due to heavy snowfall. And oil prices continue to fall. Japanese rescue forces are facing numerous obstacles due to heavy snowfall in the earthquake-affected area. On Monday, snowfall reached a depth of 30 to 60 centimeters in Ishikawa Prefecture, which is closest to the epicenter. The already damaged roads have become even more difficult to traverse due to heavy snowfalls. The houses, already tilt-linked after the earthquake, are at risk of collapsing at any moment. Japan's main priorities are to swiftly rescue those still trapped under the rubble, restore transportation routes, and resolve power and water outages. At the evacuation centers, there's a risk of an epidemic outbreak. According to the Ishikawa prefectural government, COVID-19 has already started to spread at 3 evacuation centers, each housing more than 200 people. There is also a risk of other diseases. Local authorities are taking measures to isolate the sick and implementing disinfection protocols to prevent epidemics, thus reducing the risk of an outbreak spreading throughout the centers. Slovenian rescuers successfully evacuated 5 people who had been trapped deep inside a flooded underground cave since Saturday. The rescued individuals, a family of 3 adults and 2 guides, were all found to be safe and well. The group became stuck in the Kuzna Jama cave in southwestern Slovenia on Saturday due to heavy rainfall. The rescue team, consisting of 90 people, had to wait for the water in the cave to subside before they could initiate the rescue operation. This 8-kilometer cave system, which features a series of emerald color underground lakes, can only be accessed by boat and raft with the guidance of an expert. This incident marked the first time a visitor has been trapped in this particular cave. Slovenia is renowned for its more than 14,000 caves, many of which are popular tourist attractions. Saudi Arabia, the top oil exporter, has reduced the February price of its flagship Arab Light crude to Asian customers to the lowest level in 27 months. This move is part of Saudi Arabia's efforts to keep oil prices down. The official selling price for February loading Arab Light to Asia has been cut by $2 per barrel, which is steeper than previous forecasts. The main reason behind this price cut is the weak oil demand recovery in China's economy. At the same time, there is a significant increase in oil supply, especially from countries outside the Organizations of Petroleum Exporting Countries and its partners, or OPEC+. The United States is currently producing a record high 13.1 million barrels per day, and even some OPEC Plus countries like Iraq and Nigeria are increasing their output. Despite Saudi Arabia's significant price reduction, some Asian customers are not planning to increase their imports. They can find even cheaper sources of oil on the market. The 2024 Consumer Electronics Show, or CES, the world's premier tech show, officially begins today in the United States city of Las Vegas. This event provides electronic companies with the opportunity to showcase the latest technology to consumers. Artificial intelligence remains a prominent focus at this year's show, highlighting its continued appeal.
From AI-powered gadgets and robots to holograms and exoskeletons that enhance athletes' speed, the latest innovations and technological advancements were showcased in Las Vegas on Sunday night, before the opening of CES 2024. This year's show will focus on generative artificial intelligence, as gadget makers compete to discover consumer applications for this technology.
And this robot is a sports performance enhancement. You can run faster with this device because it automatically detects your running posture and your intent, and it will synchronize your motion. So you can push the ground much high impact.
This is going to be the CES of artificial intelligence, whatever that means. Because we've seen that artificial intelligence, especially with generative artificial intelligence, in 2023 was like every headline.
Dozens of companies have planned announcements for the show, showcasing how they are integrating AI into various gadgets. These range from devices for the visually impaired and safety systems involving guns at schools to facial recognition software that can assess vitals and cabin monitoring systems inside autonomous cars.
What's changed in the last year or so is generative AI. AI that learns from the past. It keeps gathering data and learns from it and does things better. AI will learn about us as individuals and become our own personal assistants, knowing what we want, knowing what we like. I want a car navigation system that knows which way I like to go home. And that's what we're going to see is literally thousands of new businesses and opportunities and solutions for human beings.
According to PitchBook data, funding for generative AI projects experienced explosive growth last year, increasing more than five-fold to $23.78 billion by the beginning of December 2022. CES 2024, formerly known as the Consumer Electronics Show, will take place from January 9th to 12th.
And now, as usual, let's continue with the weather forecast. And that's all the news for today. To rewatch our program, you can log on to vitvigo.vn or download a mobile application VitVigo. Thanks for watching and goodbye for now.